welcome. You're here to get your face color coded, correct? Okay, perfect. My services are right here at your service. So, we're going to go for the objective color coding, correct? We went for the highlighted per society look. Now we're going to be going for the objective to the actual reality. That is that we exist on a floating rock in the middle of space among just plants and fungi, and that there really is no objective measurement of beauty. It's just a matter of your gablot face is just on your gablot skull. So, as per usual, we're going to be doing a little bit of a little color choice just to mark off your face as you so desire per the colors that you prefer. So I'm just going to show you the color collection. Now we do have 2 pinks, we also have 2 oranges, we also have 3 blues. I tend to be someone who has the blues. And now we also have 1 dropping down, we have 2 blues, it equals out. We have 2 greens, we have 2 yellows, and we also have a couple of Sharpie markers, permanent etchings more so, temporary permanent. We have a teal one, a purple one, and a magenta one. And we also have these nice little tiny pens, just kind of waddling around. So, for the selection, we're going to be sort of highlighting your face, putting it down to force this time, sort of focusing into each quadrant and at a time. And as we focus onto each quadrant, I'm going to be also looking at, you know, the different realistic perceptions of them all. Oh my god, I seem to have broken a nail. Where did my nail go? Unfortunate to be lost. So, which colors do you feel are resonating with you more? Which colors do you feel really kind of like magnify who it is that you are as a person? Totally, I see that. So we're gonna go with pink for the quadrant 1. Okay, what about purple? Purple for quadrant 4, I very much like that decision. What about blue for quadrant 2? Love that. 2 and blue, for some reason, they just match. So we're going to go with blue in that case. And then for the final choice, which one do you think you're going to go with? Green, excellent choice. So we're going to go with green, purple, pink, and blue. Excellent choices. Excellent choices for you. So green is for 3, blue is for 2, purple is for 4, and pink is for 1. Let's begin with 1. So first, I'm just going to measure your face. So I'm just going to be measuring your face very quickly. Stay still. I'm just going to be measuring out the quadrants just to make sure that I have the proper quadrants going on here, okay? Now going up here, okay? Now going down here, okay? Now going over here, okay? Now going over here, okay? Going over here, okay? Over there, okay? Up here, okay? Up, down there, okay? And to the side, okay? Perfect. Let me just envelop this up nice and tightly. Perfect. Now I'm going to be taking this one and I'm going to be marking you up. So stay still. I'm going to ask you to just close this eye. So this eye right here. This eye. Perfect. I'm just going to be marking you up very quickly. Just sort of doing my little due diligence. Okay. You have 1 eyeball. Very nice, very nice. It's best to have 2 eyeballs just because that way you can see like depth perception and whatnot. But you know, 1 eyeball can do the trick too. No eyeballs, game becomes a little harder, but managing, you can manage. There we go. It's manageable. Okay, we have some hairs here above your eye. Interesting. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight the hairs above your eyeball. And also you have hairs on your eyeball, like on the skin on your eyeball. So I'm just going to be highlighting those as well, sort of like giving this very gentle sort of touch right there. Just a gentle sort of like a little tap, okay? Yes. Now I see that there are a couple of like little texturized lines above the hair above your eye, but we've seen that all the time. There we go. Why condemn something that everyone has, if not to sell the fixer, the solution? There we go. I'm just going to be highlighting that, just lines and texture on your face. Who cares? There we go. Now I'm going to be going on to quadrant 2. So we're going to be taking out this pink and adding in this blue for quadrant 2. And we're going to repeat the process all over again, just sort of analyzing what is contained within quadrant 2. So I see another eye. Excellent. And then I see some hairs dotted around the eye. So dot, 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 dot. Okay. So the eye hairs are now nicely dotted. I'm now going to be emphasizing on the eyebrow that is above your eye. It's just hairs that are above your eye. It's like a row of hairs. Some people have them, some people don't. Everyone has them, but some are lighter, some are darker, some are just sparse, and some are thick. So I'm just going to be highlighting this right here. Highlighting this eyebrow for you. Okay, perfect. And now there is some texture, and there are some lines on your forehead here as well. Do they matter? No. So I'm just going to be lining this up, making sure that this is very much identified, that this is very much recognized as being just part of your face. And now I'm going to be moving on to green quadrant 3. So I'm just going to be moving on to this little quadrant right here. This little quadrant that's going to have the section of your nose contained within it. So I'm just going to be focusing on this section right here downwards for section 3, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So I'm going to be just sort of segmenting this off a little better. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to be focusing on the half mouth region, half nose region, and the under eye region. So this under eye here seems to be a little bit hollow, full, baggy, and ultimately common. So I'm just going to be highlighting that, making sure that it's just that human aspect, human feature of yours is very much accounted for. It's very much sort of seen. Now I'm going to be highlighting your cheekbone. Some people say that they would rather have it high, some people would rather have it low. Other people just go, it's a cheekbone. So I'm going to be highlighting this right there, and I'm going to be marking it cheekbone, just because it's a cheekbone, Topo Chico. Now I'm going to be highlighting the half mouth region right here, and then we'll move up to your nose and then your jawline as well. So let's begin with your half mouth region right here. Okay, I see that your lips are full, medium, thin, non-existent. So I'm just going to mark arrows towards the lip area. I'm just going to be marking lines that go down to the lip area, sort of marking it into place, and just sort of doing my due diligence there. Excellent. Okay. Perfect. Now let's move on to your nose region. I'm going to be just marking your nose right here. I see that the bridge is Roman, alkaline, and upturned. So I see that there are some shape going on with your nose. Ultimately, you breathe out of it. Why risk not breathing out of it? So there we go. I'm just going to be highlighting this visage, this nose, this nez, and I'm just going to be putting it right there. Perfect. And now I'm just going to be marking your jaw, where your jaw is. Okay, let's just mark up where your jaw is, really kind of highlight the situation, the location, the whereabouts of this jaw. Perfect. You did absolutely fantastic. Final part, quadrant 4, purple. Now I'm going to be doing the same process, but on your left side. So I'm just going to be marking this nose up once again, just marking up the nose, just determining, it being a nose. Here, take a deep breath in for me. Could you breathe? Where did you breathe from? Your nose? Interesting. So I'm just going to be putting some markers there to identify your breathing canal. Now I'm going to be marking up your mouth. Now, tell me, when you eat foods, where do you input them? Rectally or orally? Interesting. So I'm just going to be marking where you put your sustenance as the sustenance cave and the enveloping skin that overflaps that enveloping cave. So I'm just going to be marking this up, sort of jotting down the notes that seem to be objective to reality as opposed to holding any sort of positive or negative judgment. And I'm just going to be marking it up as sort of just a cavern for sustenance enveloped by a skin flap ring. Now I'm going to be marking up your jaw. Marking up your jaw, sort of lining it up, really, just making sure that we recognize it's a jaw that really just sort of holds the face within the lines, maybe, maybe not, maybe it doesn't hold it in within the lines. Why does it need to be held within the lines unless other people just don't listen? So I'm just going to be lining up the hollow, baggy, fleshy little bag, like under eye part section of your eye, just sort of recognizing that's what contains all the veins that go into your eyes. Very sensitive area, very thin skin. There we go. I'm just going to be putting that down. Okay, excellent. Now I'm going to be highlighting your cheekbone yet again, just sort of circling up your cheekbone, circling up your Topo Chico, and there you go. Now, before I leave you off, I'm going to be finalizing my measurements and then concluding with your thoughts. Okay, there we go. Okay, just a little bit right here. Okay, just a little bit right there. Okay, just a little bit over here. Perfect. And a little bit over here. Perfect. Okay, and just down center here, down there, down there, down there, and down there. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now that we've gone through this entire objective assessment of your face, color